Today, now going over to the political part podcast, you have Vivek breaking down the mainstream media lies going viral. Now this comes to Vivek thanks to his personal X Twitter profile, and the statistics came in after 48 hours earlier this week. He got 1.3 million followers as well as 39,000 likes. And again, the vernacular was messed up. He got 1.3 million views. Again, I'm not a doctor. However, I have a theory. If you click the subscribe button, it may very well assist with my speaking ineptitudes and perhaps dyslexia. Just saying, when I first started the show, a lot of grammar errors, a lot of speaking errors, but there were very few subscribers. Slowly but surely, as the show has gone on, there's been more increase in subscribers. The number of speaking ineptitudes have decreased. Granted, you might say there's only a modicum of improvement, but there is improvement nevertheless. So that's my current theory. So if you could click that button again, I would greatly appreciate it. So again, Vivek says, quote, "The MSM lies like it's their profession, yet the abysmal failure of their business model suggests it's not even in their best interest anymore. Makes you think. Russia collusion, Hunter Biden laptop, Charlottesville, Bubba Wallace, Jussie Smollett, Covington Catholic kids, Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping, COVID lab fake Larry was a conspiracy theory, Steele dossier, don't say gay was in the bill, migrant kids in cages, Georgia election integrity was the new Jim Crow, Duke lacrosse kids, January 6th video footage, peaceful BLM riots, ivermectin is a horse dewormer, Trump used tear gas to clear a crowd for a Bible photo. The list goes on and on. And again, as youth might say, they went viral to say the least. And yeah, it is fascinating to see how, with time, we found that, yeah, mainstream media lied about every single one of those bullet points. And even more fascinating to think some people still believe and trust the mainstream media, which is astonishing to say the least. Now, going to the comments section, one of the first ones comes from our favorite contrarian. Let me see here. By the name of Luke Zaleski, who, again, I follow partially just to gain a little better sample size of people who have differentiating opinions. Because, again, more opinions better, makes life a lot more interesting. He says, quote, again, Luke is what I would call a leftist, or politically speaking, far left. He says, quote, "Vivek is a hedge fund guy who wants you to believe he is interested in public service so he can eliminate government from public life and in effect mount a private sector takeover of the country. He can't say that, so he swaddles his ambition in talking points to pander to you," unquote. Well, mentally vacuous, mostly. That did get 140 likes, although I wonder, it did got 36 responses. Was he ratioed? Let's see. Mark Newman replied to him saying, quote, "Luke, get some new material. You're cut and pasted the same dribble and try and steep facts and not gaslighting lies," unquote, getting 16 likes. So he was not ratioed. I'm actually fascinated. He actually did get more likes for him than the actual responses, which is an unusual thing for Luke. Interesting enough. He says he wants to eliminate government from... I was going to say, I'm trying to think of an instance. Where's the government done something good for you or done a task more efficient than the private sector could? Truth be told, I think most people think of the DMV and the United States Post Office as instances of the peak of ineptitudes. Perhaps the best metaphor for the government is when I go to the postal office, what was it, a couple of years ago, and the pinnacle of also, many would argue, union labor. I remember there's a line of about 13 people, and I had to get my passport, was it updated or redone? There's a line of 13 people, and there are 2 people working the cash registers and processing orders, and to the side, there's a gal, an employee of the United States Postal Service, just on her cell phone. A line of 13 people, and she's just sitting there. Now, most people would probably just sit back, relax, not worry about it, just, shut up and walk in line. Me, trying to get out there a little bit sooner and trying to be more efficient, I politely just asked, "Excuse me, ma'am, I know it's a little long line, would you be able to assist some of us?" To which she sassily said she ain't got time for that, she is a supervisor. So her job is to just stare and watch the 2 employees, or 2 other employees, as they processed orders while she sat there and played games on her cell phone. And of course, I was stuck there for hours on end, because it is the most inefficient form of service I've seen in my life is the postal office. It's a joke. It's been a butt and joke for decades, and yet their jobs are protected. Because again, there's their monopoly. The government forces you to use them for certain mailing mechanisms. The private sector is not allowed to compete. But I partially digress. Back to some of the comments down here. Now, Elon Musk replied, and he said, yep. And that got 7.4 thousand likes, which is viral to say the least. You also have, pull up here, Bulldogs for Vivek saying, quote, every day we are grateful for Vivek's courage of entering the 24-hour election cycle. Vivek for VP. Let's see here. And that got 186 likes. Mark Rudove says, quote, the Democrats cannot win without lying, cheating, stealing, rigging, and censoring, and quote, getting 264 likes. Nice Guy P says, quote, don't forget the hydroxychloroquine overdoses hoax that turned out to be one case where one woman was intentionally trying to poison her husband. They'll stop at nothing to, quote unquote, get Trump. That got 945 likes. Let's see. The Right Angle News Network said, quote, lies are the trademark of Marxism. Follow me if you agree. They got 850 likes. JD Sharp said, quote, they completely lost the trust of the general public, and they know it, which is why 5 years ago getting canceled was a huge worry, and now it's guaranteed to triple your popularity. See Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, and Andrew Tate, unquote, getting 591 likes. And yes, it's one of those things where canceling, much like someone calling someone an insult or complaining they're racist, that was used so much in the past, it's lost all meaning. So it's gotten to the point where no one cares and no one believes you anymore when it's being said. So I think that's a pretty accurate statement there. You also have a gentleman by the name of Jeff Carlson. Now he says, quote, there's a hidden belief in what their business model really is, except they are extensions of the intelligence community and everything makes sense. Guy got 669 likes. Kyle Becker says, quote, America's institutions have been subverted by communists who are colluding with foreign powers. It is literally treasonous at this point, unquote, getting 286 likes. So as youth might say, well, perhaps not the youth, an old soul might say, Vivek was vindicated, to say the least, with overwhelmingly popular support. And again, let me know in the comments, who do you know who still tunes in to things like CNN or Fox News and does it because they authentically trust them and believe them, not because they want some type of comedic relief because of their hilarious ineptitudes. But I can't fathom, I mean, anecdotally speaking, I don't know anyone who still does that these days. It's just lost all meaning. They've just flushed their integrity down the toilet, intentionally lying to us time and time and time again in nauseum. So their subscriber count is, I mean, CNN after Trump lost, I mean, their ratings crashed over 50%, which ironically, because they were the ones who critiquing him the most, yet they benefited the most by critiquing him. But nevertheless, it'll be interesting to see as we continue to observe legacy media crumble and decrease in ratings, their revenues abysmal compared to what it was in the past. How long can we really stick in there? And how many people truly tune in and truly appreciate what they offer as a service? I can't help but think it's barely enough to stay alive, certainly not to grow anytime soon. But, as I always say, time shall tell. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of February, so if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. A comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Sharing the episode is also greatly appreciated. It helps with the YouTube and all the algorithms. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.